Hi guys, how are you? I'm Lindsay. I just wanted to do a quick video on how to host a wash party. I said wash party in the comments because I just don't want people to think that they can't do a party without wine. So if you're calling it a wine and wash or champagne and shampoo, those are alcohol related terms, but I just wanted everyone to know that you don't have to call it that. You could call it a sip and sample. You could call it a meat monate. You can call it monate and mimosas. Mimosas and monate, it's also alcohol, but those types of things. Sip and sample is a good one. Just a wash party, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be called a wine and wash, although we typically will call it a wine and wash. So, I just wanted to clarify why I called it a wash party in the comments. Hi Tiffany, hi Leanne. But so basically I just wanted to walk you guys through how to host a wash. The first thing I want to say, just because I don't want to forget to say this, if one single person shows up to your wash, don't cancel it. Don't ever, ever, ever cancel it for that reason or anything like that. Don't ever, if you have to cancel it for some reason, whatever. But if one person, if you're oh, only one person's showing up, so I'm just going to cancel it, don't ever, ever, ever do that. What if that one person was the person that, goes SED in 5 months or something? I don't know, something crazy, you know what I mean? You never, ever, ever want to discount anything like that. So always focus. Hey, Tamara. Always focus. Hi, Elizabeth. I almost called you Beth, and then my mouth just rambled. Always focus on the people that show up. Don't focus on the people that don't show up. So I think that's a good lesson in life in general. Always focus on the people that are there. I was at a party, a surprise party over the weekend, and my friend was it was just a birthday party, but she was I thought so many more people were going to be here. I thought XYZ were going to be here. And I was I'm here. My husband's here. A lot of your friends are here. There's about 10 friends. Focus on the people that are here. That's all that matters. So there's just a little life lesson / party lesson for this. So anyway, I wanted to just walk you guys through what to do because someone asked me earlier how to host one, and I figured why not make a video. So whenever washing your hair will take time, right? So whenever you don't need a salon, you don't need anything, you need your kitchen sink, right? And if you have an old school sink that doesn't have a sprayer on it, you could actually get this an attachment if you wanted to get crazy. If there was really no way to really do it, you can get an attachment that connects to the bottom of your faucet and turns into a sprayer on Amazon. So just that. But yeah, we're just washing it in the sink we are. Didn't you do that when you were little? I did it. So we're washing in the sink like you're little. I don't know if people still do that. I don't have kids. But anyway, okay, so let's talk about the process of doing it. If you do have a Facebook invite event page thing going for it, post in there that you're looking for 2 to 3 hair models, depending on how many people are coming. If there's 30 people there, first, there's a quick random tip. Sorry, I'm so all over the place, but I promise the information will get out there. But if there's 30 people there, which you could do that, my first party, our first launch, there was 30 people there, but the thing is we had 11 different market partners inviting. So really that's 2 to 3 people each person that came, but it looked massive, but it was 11 market partners inviting. So that's kind of a cool little tip that it was pretty fun. But so have your teammates invite, have all of that invite, whatever. So it can be big, it can be small, it can be whatever you want. But okay, let's get back to it. Whenever you are whenever someone's walking, or whenever you have the event page, say you have the event page and say there's 30 people coming, say there's 5 people coming, there's 10 people coming, there's 4 people coming, whatever it is, post in there and ask who wants to be a hair model. Be we're going to have the opportunity to wash some hair and show you guys these products in real life, but I need to know that I need someone to be there. P.S. If no one wants to wash their hair, wash your own hair. Let them see it. And people will wash their hair, which I'll get into. But so basically, find out 2 to 3 people in advance. If you have a Facebook event or something, or a way to contact everyone in a mass way, find out who wants to be a model. Say you're looking for 2 or 3, because then you're going to be able to wash their hair. So that's a first way to make sure you have models right away. And then, all right, so now let's talk about the actual party, right? It's already 5 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so whenever people are walking into your house or wherever it is, just greet them, and then if they're one of the people that are washing their hair, or if you don't know who's going to wash your hair, let's just, I'm gonna keep going like we did not post the thing asking for who wants to wash their hair. Like, we're just gonna act like we're finding out day of. So you're going to have them walk into your house and you're like, awesome, hi, are you going to be washing your hair today? And if they say yes, get them right to it, because it is a process. It is not like an insanely long process, but it's a process, and some people will show up late. Some people will show up on time. Some people will show up early. So just get washing as soon as you can. That is my biggest tip. Get washing. My other tip is to do a mask on everybody. Unless there's for some reason that you feel like you should not be doing the mask on them, do a mask on everybody. Because that is what, like, oh my God, you guys, my hair, I like cannot stop touching it. It's like butter, but I did like the longest mask I've ever done the other day, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And like, the mask is just a game changer and will help show people what the products are like instantly. They'll be able to feel it in the sink, you know? So whenever you're talking to people, see who's going to start washing and then get them washed. And if you don't have a lot of product, use what you have. If you have one of everything, give people the option. Be like, okay, what's your hair like? Tell me about your hair. And do what you would have them buy. But if you don't have everything, here is a tip. Do you guys know about our Select sampling? We have sampling packages. There's a couple of different like packages that are all together. But there's the Select sampling package, and it comes with this little card. And basically it's just directions. But if you order the Select sampling pack, it's basically samples that are going to be good on every single hair type. Like, everyone will benefit from it. And remember, it's a sample. So if someone wants like IRT or something like that, and they're like, oh, I really want to try it. If it's not for some sort of like allergy reason or something like that, and their hair is not going to grow back in one wash. You know what I mean? So if it's just a sample, it's okay to let them try the volume line and let them feel the Monat difference. That's the real thing. You just want them to feel Monat, and that can happen with any of the lines. So in my personal outlook preference, if I'm like, hey, I would have you buy IRT, but they're like, I really, really want to sample it, or at the party or whatever, and I don't have it, I would have them do this, because IRT is not going to change their hair in one wash, if that makes sense. Like, yes, you can advise them to buy that, but if they have visible hair loss, by the way, that's what the IRT system is for. But anyway, I hope you guys get the point with that. Like, it's okay to use whatever, but here is a guide of what is great for everybody. The volume shampoo, the volume conditioner, mask in between the two. So shampoo twice, mask, volume conditioner, and then the oil if they want. But that's what's on the Select sampling guide, and that's what's great for everybody. So if you have volume, mask, oil, like, you're set, and you could do it on everyone. But if you do have options, figure out what's your hair like. Do you get oily? Do you get dry? Because then maybe you could use the Renew on them. And stuff like that. And it's totally fine to use. If you have it, it's okay to use it. But I'm just saying, like, this is great for everyone. So there's that. So you are going to get them washed. So like I said, I like doing masks on everybody, because I think it's a big deal, and it shows a big deal of the hair. So like, it shows it's money. You know what I mean? The mask is money. Like, it just is. So I would say shampoo twice for someone. Say you have 3 people, okay? Shampoo twice, mask, throw them over there for a second, get the second person going, shampoo twice, mask, depending on the time frame of that, which I'm going to talk to you about washing and stuff too. Depending on the time frame of that, maybe start the third person. If not, wash out the first person with the mask, and kind of just get this like, okay, I'm going to wash her out, and then condition you, wash you out, and then start washing the second person or the third person. By the time you finish washing the third person, put their mask in, you can rinse out the second person, and then by the time you do that, you can rinse out the third person. So just kind of stack them. Don't be like, okay, now we wait 10 minutes. and make it awkward like that. So, and then before you wash someone else, like, it's okay to have a bunch going. So then here's a couple other tips. Whenever you have their heads over in the sink, right? And you're above them. So I'm washing their hair. I'm drenching their hair. I'm like, hey, notice how much water I'm putting into there because you actually aren't paying for it. So you can start educating them while you're washing it. And everyone else can just be like mingling, hanging out, drinking wine or whatever you have going on. And just like kind of occupying themselves. If you have another market partner, I would not recommend you guys both standing there to wash somebody. I would recommend the other one like mingling a little bit. But if you're all alone, just be like, okay guys, like feel free to get some wine or whatever. And if there are a few enough people where it's like, okay, like just gauge the audience. But if it's like enough people where they're paying attention to you washing the hair, you could be like, guys, look how much I'm using. And it's just in your hand a little bit. And then you put it, so your head's down here in the sink. You're the person getting your hair washed. Put your hand under there and be like, okay, do you see how much I'm using? Because they can open their eyes and see, and they're going to be like, oh, whoa, that's not that much. And you'd be like, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And then you're washing the first wash. You're like, okay, you can hear that it's not setting up. Like, obviously they can't see. You can hear that it's not getting sudsy. So be like, can you hear that? Like, it's just lathering. It's crazy. But we actually washed twice. So you're going to see in the next one, just be aware. You're going to hear like massive suds and you can feel it too. If they're using Renew, I always have them touch their hair, after the shampoo because you can like get your hands through your hair with Renew. Like you just can. It's crazy. And then the mask, even if it's just still in, I'm like, touch your hair. Do you feel that? Like, do you feel it? It's crazy. So, and then especially after they wash it out, they can feel it. And then just make sure you always follow with a conditioner. So it's either leave-in or volume or IRT or smoothing, like whatever the conditioner is, just make sure you follow that mask with a conditioner. Then talk about your favorite products a little bit. Talk about your story once you get the washes done. So like line them all up, get them going. That's why you want to get them washed first. And if you've ever been to a Monat corporate event, you're going to notice that they don't get started right on time. And that's on purpose. It's not because we're running late. It's on purpose. It's because you want everyone to start mingling, everyone to feel a little bit more comfortable and all of that. So let people know you're going to just be, I'm going to get to after you wash also, but just let people know that, they could just hang out, grab a glass of wine. It's not going to take too much time because here's the thing. The people that do want to get in and get out, you have to be respectful of their time also. So make sure the people that do want to get in and out, like you can kind of gauge it. Like do 2 or 3 washes. Like that's why I'm saying get people washed right away as they're walking in and get that process going. So then about 20 to 30, maybe 35-ish minutes in, you can do the Dare to Succeed. Why is that the one thing I didn't grab? I feel like I just got bit by a bug right here. Sorry, guys. I'm like, keep itching. I don't see it. I'm in my bedroom, so I'm like, I don't have a Dare to Succeed in here. I thought I did. But anyway, okay, so do a Dare to Succeed. It says Dare to Succeed. It's a pamphlet. On the front it says Dare to Succeed. Read it. That's all you have to do. That's why it's made like that, is so you can be like, all right, guys, let me tell you a little bit about the company. Who we are. We're an anti-aging hair care company. It's crazy. We're the first one ever, blah, 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 blah. And you can add a little bit if you want. If not, you don't. And then I see nothing wrong with reading right off of the pamphlet and then being like, guys, I'm going to read this off of here. That's how easy this business is. You guys could do this too. Like I'm literally reading off of a pamphlet. You can go over it ahead of time so you know what you're talking about, you know, and you're prepared. But yeah, so don't ever be like embarrassed or anything I don't know if you would be, but if you're ever like, oh, I don't want to like just be reading off the thing, you're showing other people how easy it is for them too, if they read off of it as well, you know? So there's that. So then you're going to read off the Dare to Succeed. I mean, at this point, it doesn't take too long to do the Dare to Succeed. You could have that third person's mask sitting and marinating as you're doing the Dare to Succeed. And you're like, okay, now we got to wash you out. And then the very back of the Dare to Succeed says, what is your choice or something like that. And it's, do you want to spend money, retail, save money, VIP, or make money? That's a great way to bring it up. Do you want to spend money, save money, or make money? So that gives them the option of what to do. And when someone is faced with an option of how to, like, oh, those are my options, they will make the choice. They'll decide if they want to be a retail VIP or a market partner. You can have iPads or iPhones or computer or paper forms. There's paper forms in the files tab of this group. You can have all those types of different things available if you'd like. Like, don't make it too confusing. There's no need to. But just if someone's like, oh yeah, be like, okay, so let's like talk about your hair. What's the best thing for your hair if they didn't already wash? Back to the people that you washed real quick. Whenever they are done or like whatever, just throw them in your bathroom and like have like, I usually bring or have a straightener, blow dryer, curling iron, and then some of the products. So like if they told me their hair is like this, and I'm like, okay, let's get some root lifter. We'll get that in there, like focus, blow dry on the ends. I never blow dry their hair. 1, I am not a stylist. 2, I do not know I can barely blow dry my own hair. 3, if they are doing it, if I'm doing it, they're going to think that I did something to make it dry faster, and I didn't. It's the products. So I want them to do it themselves so they can see that it's drying faster. You know what I mean? And then they can feel it and all of that stuff. So that's pretty much a breakdown. Just make sure you ask the question of what their choice is at the end of the Dare to Succeed. Never, ever, ever. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't do this over here, but at my last company, I would skip the business side of it because I was, 1, making the decision for them that they didn't want the business or need the business, which is absolutely ridiculous. 2, I don't know if I was embarrassed. I don't know why I didn't do it, but I would skip the business part of it and I would just be like, okay, who wants to be a customer? If you find it awkward to bring up the business, knowing, because really we don't really know, knowing that they don't need or want the business, you're taking that from them, but also like just not following the steps. So make sure you do follow the Dare to Succeed. And when it talks about the business and the product packs, if you're like, hey guys, I know none of you guys might not be interested in this, but I'm just going to cover it just in case it might just in case. I'm just going to cover it because it's all in here. But here's a little bit about the business. You can talk about how long you've been doing it, how long, you could talk about that prior to opening up the Dare to Succeed, but just never skip that. And I don't know if you were thinking about it, but I know I did in my last company. So I just wanted to let you guys know, never skip that. You could always be, like I said, there could be that one person. Yes, Katie, do not make a decision for anyone. Like that goes with parties, without parties. Like do not make the decision, like offer it to someone. Like, do you want to save money, make money, spend money? Which one do you want to do? Or, whenever someone's like, hey, tell me about money. I'm like, are you interested in the products or the business? So I'll tell you about both, but which one are you interested in? Because then that's simply offering both to them, you know? So yeah, so the biggest thing to take away from this, get people washing fast, because you want a couple people to wash so they could be like, as you're talking about the products, or as you could be like, what do you feel like? Do you feel like, does it feel good? Like, is there any difference? Like, what'd you think when you got the wash? You can like bring other people into the conversation and they've used it. So they're going to talk about it. And then typically if there's enough people there, but like I said, if there's only one person there, never ever cancel it. If there is like a bunch of people there and only 2 or 3 people wash their hair, then typically you can say, you guys, I thought this would be like 5 minutes. I'm sorry. It's 18. My God, I'm so sorry. But typically you can, just be like, okay, is there anyone else at the very end? Is there anyone else that wanted to try to wash their hair that didn't, that wasn't able to, or didn't want to at that time and want to now? Like whatever it is, like, because your day can go on, but you want to get that Dare to Succeed in there. So if anyone wants to leave after that, they're free to go. And they're not just waiting for the presentation or whatever, you know? And the Dare to Succeed should take like 10 minutes reading it, 15 minutes if you share your story before it. So that's it. Just wanted to help you guys out. I'm sorry that was long. I legit pictured this being 5 minutes, but if you know anything about me, I have no concept of time unless I literally have a timer right there counting me down. Then I can nail it. There was no timer counting me down. If you guys have any questions, just drop them below and I will get to them, even if it's like a year later that you're watching this or something. Like, I'll get to it. And I hope you guys go out there and schedule wine and washes, and make sure they don't have to be alcohol related. They can be whatever you want. Get creative. That's all. Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you.